I can't even show my face. Well, it's dark. Every time I'm like, I'm gonna be looking put together on my YouTube, it doesn't work like that. I'm in a bathroom. It's almost midnight and I'm on the floor praying and crying because, when you stay in an Airbnb, you have to be quiet. But I just had such a strong urge to pray all day. But then I was like, never had time. I did this and I did that. And I finally closed the door and I fell on my knees and I just already started crying, just that's just how I be feeling. I just want to be so close to God, It's like almost like it can never be close enough. It's like a longing. So as I was praying, I believe the Lord dropped in my spirit. But yeah, I believe He dropped in my spirit to share this one thing with you guys. So as I was praying, I'm like, Lord, this is a lot. Because my passion for Christ is just so strong. So I pray for other people also, and the Lord shows me things about other people that I have to pray for, and sometimes it's a lot for me to see what to pray for. So the Lord might show me something about another person, and it hurts to see it, but He shows me so that I can pray against it. So that's what I've been doing for 2 or 3 years, I think. I just pray. And so as I was praying, sometimes I'm like, Lord, this is a lot. But then I'm like, Lord, I thank you so much that I can see the spiritual things are so real to me. It's so real. And like it's such a blessing to be able to hear from God and to know that He is real. So as I was talking to Him, I was just thankful about it. I just wanted to go live and say something, share something. So now I'm like so passionate about Christ. I'm letting y'all hear my song because I don't want to see my crying face. And so He reminded me of something. So when I was living in Germany, and I was really young, I just left school, and I always knew I was going to be a singer, but I had to, pursue a job. That's what they tell you after school. So I would go and work at a radio station because I was saying to myself as I'm working on my vocals, during the daytime I work at the radio station. I was a radio DJ. Unbelievable, I know. And I was playing music all day, so that way I could still practice while I'm getting paid. That's what I came up with. And so as I was going there, all of a sudden this wave of darkness came about me. So I went to school in a city in Germany, and then I moved to Berlin to become a singer, and I was preparing to study in the best university in Europe, Hans Eisler Berlin, so that I can work on my vocals there and prepare for my singing career. But as I was studying and preparing, to become a singer, I was working at the radio station, like I said. And so one day, seemingly out of the nowhere, this dark cloud came, I'm just going to call it cloud, this darkness came about me. And just like every day I was going to my job at the radio station, but suddenly this thought came in my head, and all I could think about is, once I die, I'll just be gone. I'll be laying in the ground and it's all over. And my thoughts started spiraling, and I was filled with fear every day and night, every day and night. And I would think like, what is the point of even going to work? What is the point of life? Why am I even here? And I just felt this despair. It came out of nowhere, and I didn't know how to get rid of that horrible thought and feeling. I remember being at the radio station and wanting to cry and being nauseous and just thinking about that nothing makes sense because one day we'll die and perish. So then I said to myself, I need to get a Bible, you know. When I was a little girl in Poland, I went to a Catholic church, and the nuns always had the Bibles with the pictures of Jesus and that He loves us. And so my instinct, well, now I know it might have been the Lord, you know, just telling me get a Bible. And so as I was fighting that darkness, it came up upon me out of the blue. I bought a Bible and I opened it, and I was thinking like, okay, it's going to be an answer in there, and then I can go back to feeling happy. And I opened the Bible, but the Bible opened somewhere on a page where I think it was the Old Testament, now knowing the Bible, but it was like talking about wars and killings, and I don't know if God was killing people or people was killing people, but I opened it and read just that part and started feeling worse, and I closed it. So that didn't help me much. And that was so strange. Now looking back, it's almost like I was trying to look for the truth, but the enemy wouldn't let it happen. Like I opened the Bible and I got scared reading what I read about some wars. Maybe I read only a few sentences and I closed it back up. So then I went to sleep. And in the sleep, like I was asleep, but I was awake and I was wrestling with some demonic entities, but I didn't know what it was back then. And I had a boyfriend, and that was not the right thing to do, you know. And I woke him up and I was telling him about, you know, it's some demonic dark things fighting me, and I was crying, and then I went back to sleep. And then from that moment forth, I didn't read the Bible or anything like that, but that whole feeling and this whole situation, just as sudden as it came upon me, suddenly lifted again, you know, and went away. And so now when I'm praying, oh my God, it's like I can sense the Holy Spirit so strong. And like I literally, not, you know, from people telling me that God is real, but I literally know Him for myself, and it's so strong. When God's presence comes, or when He speaks to me, it's so strong that like it's unbelievable how far away I was, and that darkness was trying to get a hold of me back then. So yeah, I'm just so thankful every day. I'm just always thankful to God that I know Him and I can feel His presence, you know, and He shows me things, even though sometimes it's very heavy when He tells me to pray for other people, because I can see and feel the problems, and I want the best for them, and I have to like pray through it, you know. So it kind of hurts me. But then once I'm done with praying, I'm feeling great. And then another thing I wanted to say, just because I said now, I had a boyfriend back then, I was very young. So God put a lot of things into me, I think from birth or from childhood, I don't know. But certain things I just knew that they are not according to God's will. And so like when I was going to school in Germany and in Poland, and everybody had boyfriends and girlfriends, I never wanted a boyfriend, because I always felt like you have to save yourself for marriage. And in the culture in Germany, Nobody saved themselves. Everybody, has boyfriends young, and it's a free culture. And I never felt that that is the right thing to do. But I guess, after a while, I was already older than 20, maybe 21, 22. I started getting nervous. And so I gave in to the pressure and had a boyfriend. But I never felt that it was right. And so now that I know the Lord, I'm like, maybe I opened some doors just by having, sex before marriage. And you're not supposed to do that. So I don't know what was going on back then with me. But God was always with me. And just now when I was praying, all this came to my memory. And lastly, one day here in Atlanta, when I got baptized in the water, and I could see God, the Lord, more and more clearly, more and more, to the point where the spiritual things now are more real to me than this world. And when it became to me so clear how real God is, Jesus, I asked him one day, "Why are you so nice to me?" Because I just feel like to see him, to be able to see the light of Christ, it's the greatest blessing, because a lot of people can't see him. You can tell them about him and they just, I don't know if they have scales over their eyes or the wool over their head, but they just can't see him. And so I've been like, "Lord, why are you so nice to me?" And then he showed me one time. I believe he showed me because right away I had this image. I was in the kitchen and I was just like, "Lord, why are you so nice to me?" And then he showed me the image when I was a little girl. I wanted to go to sleep and I said this simple prayer. And I was in Polish and it said, "Ich bin klein." And I was in German. "Ich bin klein, mein Herz ist rein, soll niemand drin wohnen als Jesus allein." That means I'm small, my heart is pure, and I don't want anyone to live in my heart but Jesus. And so I believe from that moment forth, the Lord was with me because that's what he showed me when I asked him, "Why is he so nice to me?" And now I can see him so clearly. All right, y'all. I'm in an Airbnb, like I said. It's almost midnight and I was in prayer. And this is one of the first songs that the Lord gave me, the instrumental, "I'm Not Afraid." So y'all be blessed and good night.